Okay. With that being said, like, what are the different use cases we can use blockchain for?
Oh, wow. That's almost a whole episode in itself. But we can,
I mean, high level, high level.
30,000 foot view, it can be used for financial transactions. Obviously, we know that, i.e., Bitcoin. It can be used to solve our voting issue. It could be used to tally votes and validate them and know that they're correct and they're not, fraudulent. They could be used to control inventories, inventories of companies, inventories of shipping, things of that nature, logistical things that happen behind the scenes. Blockchain can be used to make that better and more streamlined. Real estate deeds, ID cards, they could be used to assert ownership. So, like I said, real estate deeds, music, art, data. I mean, there's really an unlimited amount of, and probably one of the bigger things is gaming. The future of the whole gaming industry is going through a metamorphosis right now, and it's all using a blockchain type technology. So almost anything that we do, whether it's any kind of data that's transferring back and forth, and we're using data every day. Everybody is with our cell phones, but you know that from being in the cell phone business. We're all using, data every single day. It's just there's a handful of companies that are controlling that data. As we all know, Google and all these big companies are, or any big company that you subscribe anything or have anything to do with is selling data. That's how they're making their money for the most part. So data is huge, and blockchain really can change how that's being used and who's benefiting from it in the future. So there's some cases of what blockchain can be used for, and then that spiders off to a lot of other things. So it's almost infinite as far as technology goes, what blockchain can be used for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I can see definitely where the gaming world is moving that way. I mean, actually, the cell phone world, and even music.
Yeah, I could see, just kind of glimpsing into the future. I could see a time when we play a video game, we're actually in the game, and we actually all have ownership within that game. We'll be able to actually make real world currency within that game. We'll be able to buy things within that game that we'll be able to receive in the real world.
I mean, they somewhat have that already. I mean, not really where you can buy in the real world.
In a real primitive way, yeah.
Right.
But, just like when we played Atari back in the 80s with Pong, you had the little ping,
right,
Pong, ping, but that was revolutionary then. That was like, oh my, what is this? I can sit here and play this game, and interact with it. That was huge back then. Think of that now and where we're at now with games, what it's going to be in 5 to 10 years from now. It's going to be if you think of the progression of where it came from Atari to PlayStation and Xbox, what we're doing now, blockchain technology really will play a huge part in what's going to happen over the next 10 years in gaming. So many things that are going to probably change our world and our lives and how we deal with things because of blockchain. And, a lot of this stuff people probably won't even know. They're not even going to know that their transaction is using blockchain technology, or their data is being stored on a decentralized database rather than some centralized database.